Hi everybody, so today I'm going to show you how to set up your first policy with Termageddon, which is going to be a privacy policy. And we're just going to do a regular one that's not required, that doesn't need GDPR compliance, just to keep things simple. And we're going to do a GDPR compliant one in our next video. So first, you're going to log into your Termageddon account and go into your dashboard. If you do need to learn how to set up your install, check out our previous video where we discussed that. But this assumes that you've already did all of that. So in your dashboard, you should see your install here. And we're using veganhans.com as an example. And you would click Continue Setup. All right, so you already have your global install information that's already done. And then you're going to click Add Policy. And right now we're just going to pick Privacy Policy. And that's going to take you right into your questionnaire. So the first question is, what information do you collect? So that's the information that you collect on your website. Let's say you have a contact form that collects somebody's name, email, and phone number. And then you are also requiring a mailing address. So you just click that. The next question is, do you process data from people located in the European Union? And that's the General Data Protection Regulation, or GDPR question. For the purposes of this video, we're going to assume that you don't need GDPR compliance. We're actually going to do another video on how to create a policy that does have GDPR compliance in it, so just stay tuned for that. But generally, GDPR applies to organizations that are located inside of the European Union, or organizations that apply outside of the European Union if you offer goods or services to or monitor the behavior of European Union data subjects. It also applies to all companies processing and holding the personal information of EU data subjects when those data subjects reside in the EU. But for the purposes of this video, we're just going to assume that that answer is no. And then we're going to click Next. All right, so do you collect and use cookies? Most websites do collect and use cookies for the purposes of tracking. So we're just going to say yes. Do you knowingly collect information from children under the age of 13? So actually, we don't support websites that do knowingly collect information from kids under the age of 13. Most websites don't do that. But basically, you collect information from kids under the age of 13 if you have a website that's tailored to kids of that age, or if you do know of what age the user would be and you know that they're under 13. So we're just going to click No here. All right, how do you use the information that you have collected? So there's a couple different choices there. Let's say we use them to contact somebody, to provide services, answer questions, send email newsletters. For this to, you should always check enforce our terms of service, because you can't enforce terms of service if you don't know who the person is who has broken that terms of service. And also to resolve disputes. If there is a dispute or a lawsuit concerning your website, you want to make sure that you can use that person's personal information to figure out who they are and exactly what happened. Who do you share that information with? So you either share it with no one or third-party vendors. Let's say we do third-party vendors. We do email marketing. So if you use that personal information to, for example, use MailChimp to send out email newsletters, you would check that. CMS, customer management systems like HubSpot, parties that need to operate the website, so like your website developer, and you can also do fraud prevention and advertising companies. The next question, do you use Google Analytics or any other type of analytics program? Let's say yes, we use Google Analytics. Does your website contain links to third-party websites? Yes. So you should check yes here if you have links to like Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter on your website, or any other websites, because you don't want to get in trouble if those websites abuse the personal information of your users. Next question, does the website respond to do not track signals? So do not track is a preference on a browser that users can set that basically tells the website, I don't want to be tracked. This is something that your website developer would know if that's been implemented. It actually hasn't been implemented on most websites, so we just recommend that you click no. By law, you're required to disclose how you respond to do not track signals, but the law doesn't actually require you to respond to do not track signals in any particular way. So no is a totally fine answer if that's the case. Next, how can users opt out of their information being collected? Don't put the data on our website, don't fill out contact forms. If you do email newsletters, click unsubscribe on emails or contact us. Do you intend to transfer data to a third world country or international organization? So let's say you do intend to transfer that data to, let's say, Malaysia for whatever reason. You would click yes here. But for our purposes, we're just going to say no. And then what is your contact email? hans@veganhans.com. And that's it. You click submit and then you're done. So you get the embed code that you're just going to put on your website, and your developer can help you with that. Maybe we'll actually do a video on that too. You can view your policy, so you can just see what all of that looks like. We don't recommend that you copy and paste this on your website because then we won't be able to update it. So it does need to have an embed code for us to be able to update it when the laws change. If something does change in the future, like let's say you need to, you're collecting username and password to sign up for accounts now, your users are able to create accounts on your website. You can just go here under edit policy details and change those details, and then just click next and go through it, and it'll update your policy without you needing a new embed code. So yeah, that's pretty much it on how to create your privacy policy on Termageddon. Let us know if you have any questions or want any other videos. Thank you.